Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, my name is Michelle and I make videos that encourage women to reclaim the peace in their lives through cleaning, organizing, and setting up routines. If you're needing this kind of encouragement and motivation, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Today, we're going to be doing all the last touches to finalize my fall decor. We make a quick trip to Hobby Lobby to pick up some fall picks to add all those fall colors. I also show you how I preserve my pumpkins to help them last a couple of weeks longer. And we will put together my front door wreath after I was scammed on a Facebook ad and never received the wreath that I thought I was ordering. And then I'll share with you a few new items in my home, including a quick look at the almost complete pool build. And then finally, at the end of this video, I make a delicious apple fritter bread, even though I royally foul up the recipe. After I chose all my fall picks, I came into the Thanksgiving and Christmas aisles. I'm already planning my Thanksgiving Day table and my Christmas decor. Being prepared early is important to help keep my anxiety down. They have a good array of choices, including the buffalo check. I think this year I may add in a decorative small plate to the top of my place settings. These ones here speak to me because I already have that larger grateful decorative plate. However, I think I'm going to go with something more simple. Maybe these simple bird plates. These can also be used after Thanksgiving. So I have been pinning Christmas ideas to my Pinterest, and I think this year I'm going to change my color scheme and I'm going to take out the traditional reds and bring in more emerald greens. I have a gorgeous 9-foot tall balsam hill tree and I love to decorate it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I preserve my pumpkins to help them last a couple of weeks longer. Here in Texas, the weather is cool and hot in a moment's notice, so it's important to take steps to try to preserve the pumpkins so that they don't go bad in days. One way that I do this is that I give them a good bleach bath. I add a splash of bleach into the water and then I give them a good washing, including the stem. I let the bottom sit in the bleach water for at least 30 minutes. The bottoms are the first part of the pumpkin to rot because of the weight of it sitting down on the ground. The two smaller ones will be sitting in dirt in my courtyard planters, and the other will stand next to my front door. After they are finished soaking, I will take them out into the sun and let them dry before I go on to step 2. If you're following me over on Instagram, then you've been watching the progress of this pool since day one. We are almost at the finish line. Today, they're coming in to start up the filters and add in the chlorine. They say that this weekend will be good to swim. I know that I told you that I purchased a beautiful fall wreath that I was waiting on to be delivered. When I ordered it, I believed that I was purchasing from a woman-owned company that was going out of business. I saw the ad on Facebook along with her story, and well, it's apparent that I and many others were scammed. Now, typically I make my own wreaths because purchased ones are just far too expensive, although I totally understand the markup and can appreciate all the hard work that goes into making those wreaths. I usually buy picks and I add them into a grapevine wreath. This makes it easy to store because I only have to store the seasonal picks and then I reuse the grapevine wreath. I have several pre-made wreaths hanging in my garage and I really don't need to add more if I don't have to. So I'm going to go ahead and play with this and we'll see what I come up with. The white sunflower picks match the ones on my entry table. This helps to bring in the cohesive look from the courtyard into the house. Alright, so this is the way I seal my pumpkins. I use a clear acrylic spray. Now, you want to be sure to buy the matte spray, or else you'll have that glossy look of the pumpkin, which to me feels more Halloween. The spray will dry quickly, so I'm going to give it 2 thorough quick coats. Be sure to spray the bottom really well to help seal it from the moisture on the ground. Alright, so now we're in my master suite. I'm still very happy with the minimal fall color that's in here. The room feels very calming to me. I can't get over the difference in this room from just a couple of months ago. If you didn't see the transformation of this room, I'll add the link to this video at the end of this video. In the master bathroom, I added in the shelves so that I could have a beautiful space to display things on. I love relaxing in the tub and looking up at all these beautiful things that I have on here. So here in the living room on the TV stand, I added in these fall picks to the eucalyptus garland that I already had here. If you remember in my early fall decorating video, I did not add pops of orange or red. I went more with the burgundies and coral pinks. So now that it's starting to feel fall-like outside, I don't mind adding in the fall colors. I bought the Studio McGee brass colored blanket ladder from Target to put over here in this corner. I love the simplistic look of the ladder back behind these plants. It also brings in color and height over here. And over here on the couch, I added in this plush pumpkin blanket. The back of the blanket is Sherpa, and it's extremely comfy when you're laying here on the couch. Alright, so now we're in the hallway. I added in this whimsical little pumpkin that I bought from Hobby Lobby. I just couldn't pass it up. Of course, I bought it with the 40% off, and I just love the color and the whimsical look of the stem. Here in my guest bathroom, I added in this wooden tray underneath my blue glass vase. And then I added in a couple of fall picks and a ceramic dish filled with pecans, acorns, and pine cones. Here on the dining room table, I added these pumpkins and succulents that I bought in a box at Hobby Lobby. I still didn't want to add bright fall colors in this arrangement. However, you'll see that I made up for it over in the buffet. I've said this before, but I have the most difficult time decorating this buffet. I don't know why, but I have some sort of decorative brain block when it comes to this area. I did pick up the plate holder for my decorative plate, and I added in these muted picks. I really love the colors of this. I did add in this good quality table runner that I found on Amazon. I'll link it down in the description box, along with some of the other things that you're seeing in this video. Since my early fall video, I added this colorful net wreath underneath the lantern. And over here underneath the white ceramic candle holders, I added in this wood tray and these two wheat picks that I found in two different colors. Nothing was added over here in my coffee bar area. My two-tier tray still looks exactly as it did in my early fall video. Over here on this side of the kitchen, I did add in a couple of new things. like right here underneath the cookbook stand. I added in a couple more of those wheat stalks. I love the whole color scheme going on from the book to the pumpkin and then the wheat. And this is one of my favorite pieces that I've picked up this fall. It was one of the last things that I saw when I was walking up to pay at Hobby Lobby. I love the colors in this crock that holds my wooden utensils. If you don't already know, my favorite color is blue, especially dark blue, and I really love it paired with the cognac color. Before I move on, I wanted to show you this white marble paper towel holder. I bought it off of Amazon. This baby is solid and heavy. Now, if the need arises, this thing could ward off a burglar or two. But anyways, I like that it's heavy enough to stay put when I'm trying to tear off the paper towel with just one hand. Alright, let's go ahead and use the nifty flameless lighter to light this candle before we start on that delicious apple fritter bread. I did find something strange about this lighter. If I light the candle with any of my daughters in the vicinity, they will hear a high-pitched sound from the lighter. However, my husband and I barely hear the sound. I guess that's what happens when you get older. I don't know. As you can see, I haven't changed anything off of this tray since my early fall video. So now let's go ahead and get on to making that bread. Alright, so I'm going to write all the ingredients in the left-hand corner, but I'll also link the recipe down in my description box. First, we're going to go ahead and start by preheating the oven to 350. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm still really loving this flour keeper. So to this bowl, I added the flour, and then I'm going to add in the salt and the baking powder. This is going to be the dry ingredients to the bread. And in just a few minutes, you're going to see where I went terribly wrong on this recipe. I'm a little bit embarrassed by it, to be honest with you. To my mixer, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of unsalted butter that has been softened to room temperature. And then I'll add in 1/2 cup of sugar and I'll blend it until it's smooth. So now I'm going to add in 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup of whole milk. And then at that point, I'll slowly start adding in the dry ingredients that we just mixed up. Now for the apple mixture, we're going to go ahead and peel and chop up 1 Honeycrisp apple, and then we'll add in 1/3 cup of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Go ahead and mix this all up and then throw in your apples and mix it again. Up next is that horrible mistake that I made. Okay, so we're about to start working on the strudel part of the bread. The strudel is supposed to be crumbly like what you see on a coffee cake, but this is where I messed it up. The ingredients on the left are correct, but you'll see that I'm adding 4 tablespoons of flour when there should only be 1. And the brown sugar, I'm adding 1 tablespoon when there really should be 4 tablespoons. So basically I flip-flopped it. I didn't even notice it until I was editing the video, and I saw that the ingredients that I was writing didn't match with the amount that I was using. We've been eating the bread and didn't even realize that there was something wrong. However, I will be remaking it because I think it would be excellent with that crumbly strudel top. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and layer the ingredients into a greased pan, and I also cut a piece of parchment paper to go on the bottom of mine. You're going to add in half of your bread mixture, and then on top of that you'll add in half of your apple mixture, and then you'll repeat that again. On this last layer of the apple mixture, you're going to press in the apples into the mixture below. And then you're going to go ahead and add in your strudel topping. When I was adding on the strudel, I was wondering why it wasn't crumbly. I thought that the extra flour was added to absorb the moisture from the apples, and that would cause it to be crumbly. But anyways, you're going to put it in the oven and bake it for an hour. But check it after 30 minutes. If the top is getting brown, go ahead and add a piece of tin foil to the top. And then when you get it out, you will let it cool on a rack, and then you'll remove it from the pan and enjoy it. We've enjoyed a nice slice with our coffee in the morning. It really does taste good, even though the strudel is more of a powder mixture from the flour. But anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed this fall video. If you have, would you please give me a big thumbs up? And if you're a new subscriber here, please leave me a comment letting me know your name and where you're from. I really want to get to know you. I'll see you all again next Sunday, and until then, stay blessed, my friends.